In this episode today, you learned two things. Number one, freelancing, and number two, ghostwriting. What do you think, Sachin, about this?
I think freelancing is something that every student should try because as a student you do not know much about like money or stuff and you want to be a little independent on yourself. So I think freelancing is one of the best ways you can get into getting that entrepreneurship wala spirit, and you also get to make a bit of money, you also get to realize, you also get to be on a bit of your feet. Like okay, like this is I'm independent as a person and I do not need to rely on my parents anymore, and that's a good feeling to have.
Yeah.
And every student I believe seeks that feeling.
That's truly the right answer I was expecting. But when I talk about ghostwriting, what exactly is ghostwriting?
So ghostwriting is nothing but writing for somebody else. So let's just say if I am your ghostwriter and I manage your LinkedIn, so I am your ghostwriter, and for your LinkedIn profile, I'm the one writing behind it, and the people who follow you, everybody else, they do not know that I am the one writing behind you, and that is where the word ghost comes from. Like I am the ghost writing behind your post, right? So that is what ghostwriting is.
Right. Now we see ghostwriting as a profession these days, wherein we even call it freelancing sometimes, right? So there is no credit or recognition that you get because you are simply a ghost for the other person you're writing content for. Why would you want to get into such a field?
See, yeah, credit is something that everybody wants for their work, and they feel like this is one of the meaningful ways that you get paid for your work. And this goes beyond just a bank account. It fulfills your soul when people recognize your work and your art. But the thing is that it's not that you do not get 100% credit for your work. It's just that some people are just not comfortable revealing their ghostwriters, but some people are. So in most cases you should not get a testimonial from people. They do not reveal who you are, but some of them, they are okay with telling people that okay, I'm the one, like he's the one writing for my profile and stuff. They give you testimonials, and when you want to get work, you can just show those testimonials you got from your previous clients, and they'll be okay with, like, receiving those testimonials, and they'll be okay with working with you.
That's correct. But there is also a part wherein we see a lot of money is involved. So is it majorly like writing for somebody for money, or is it writing for somebody for passion?
I would say it depends upon what you are looking for. Obviously, there is good bit of money there, and if you have writing as a passion, and you also want to explore different opportunities, because it's just like either you can write for yourself online and nobody might recognize you, or you can write for somebody else. In the end, it is still writing, right? So when you want to get experience, you can start writing for other people who have more experience than you, because the people usually hire ghostwriters, they are the ones who have like experienced a lot of stuff, and they are the people who have the money for it. So you are working under someone who has a lot of experience, and they will be happy to shed some of that upon you so that you can also grow.
Correct.
Yeah.
That truly makes sense. But still, there is a portion of it where, there's this huge gap between it that, okay, I want money right now, but this is my passion as well. So, what, according to you, do you feel in your journey was your motive to start your ghostwriting journey?
I would say initially it was just money, and I want to become more financially independent as a person. And I thought writing was something that I've been doing since I was 17. I was writing on Quora when I was 17. I was in high school. I was in 12th standard, and there I thought I want to become a content creator. But since I was in 12th, I did not really have much of time to spend on YouTube and Instagram creating videos. So I thought if I actually have that content creator gene in me, I should be able to blow up on every platform, right? Like, because people are the same everywhere.
Right.
Instagram, like, people are the same everywhere, just a content module that changes,
True.
right? So I thought if I can just start writing in Quora, and if I'm actually a good content creator, I should be able to blow up there as well. And so it happened. I blew up there, and that is where my writing soul started, you can say, as as a way for me to channel my creativity. And after that, I got on LinkedIn in my first year of college, and I learned that okay, ghostwriting is something that I can also do and write for other people, because writing is something that I know and I can also get money out of it. So that is how I got into it. And initially it was money, but later it also became part of my passion.
Makes sense. That's truly a wonderful journey because when you're small, it's just like you have big dreams and you don't care that much about money because your parents are there to pay. But I'm glad that the kind of spirit you had was from the high school itself. A lot of people don't even have that. But I see a lot of people becoming billionaires at the age of 13, 14 right now with
Yeah.
tech companies and
Yeah.
everything. So I think freelancing and ghostwriting is one of the booming careers when around a lot of platforms. So moving further with the conversation, there are a lot of platforms you talked about. It's just the module that changes. But we see that a particular platform like Instagram or LinkedIn, for example, is very saturated. What do you think about that?
I think saturation is something that you do not even have control over as a creator. And I think one thing that you need to do to take over saturation is that you have to constantly evolve with your content. You have to, like, it's very hard to stay relevant as a content creator. Like, if you're doing something, let's say if I were writing about something particular, let's say, um, let's just say if SRK was still doing the movies DDLJ, if it happened in 1995 and it became a huge hit. Now, if SRK is just doing one thing and like that just stays constant, people will get bored. If you're just getting one kind of content, people will get bored, and the saturation part of the content will also take over you, and you will be gone in no time. So, as a creator, you always have to evolve, and you also have to come up with new things, so that your audience is always in the bit of surprise mode. Okay, what is he gonna do next? What is going to come up next? Because SRK to this date, the reason why it's still so relevant in this country to this date is because he keeps evolving, he keeps doing new stuff. Unlike other actors who have just come with the wind and gone with it.
All right, so that's pretty much, I think, a lot of politics there too with Bollywood,
Yeah.
but let's not get into that. I understand, the saturation term and the and how you have to basically evolve with the changing algorithm of maybe a particular platform, right? Because I think it also depends on that particular thing of how the numbers are coming in, how well your content is performing, and how well you can basically evolve with that. But when saturation comes into place, I think a lot of major part is like which I believe is there is like every other person I see wants to be a creator. Like I want to be a creator. I might not be a creator with huge following or something. So for me, that particular type is a market which is very saturated for me to begin in with. So everybody is working, everybody is doing something, everybody is copying something. I see a lot of comments in the on Instagram on Reels that you have not given me credit for this, you have not given me credit for that. So on that particular lines, how do you feel as a ghostwriter when somebody is copywriting your work in some other way, or how do you think is manageable for you?
As in, if somebody copies my work, and how do I feel about it?
Yeah, because considering it's a very saturated platform, you don't know who's copying. It's just like accidentally on your field. It's like this post was written by me. It's just like a bit changed. It's a bit edited, and the other person have copied the same thing.
See, I think so. This one thing happened, and this one girl, she was following me, and she thought it was okay to copy my post. What she did was that she like copied the entire thing what I had written, and last May she gave the credits to Sachin, and she mentioned me. And the thing was wrong with that is that the post went viral. Actually, got more views than I did. I was a bit of jealous there, but after that, I just commented on the post like this is not the right way to go about it. If you just if you're inspired by the post, you can't just keep. I can't just recreate, let's say, Inception, the movie, and somebody cannot just recreate the movie and just last may give the credit to the director. Hey, director by Christopher Nolan. So I think if you really want to, if you're really inspired by somebody's content, you have to give your own touch to it. Otherwise, you can get the views by copying somebody's content, but it will never truly be yours, and you will feel that inside of you. Okay, even if I got the views, even if I got the numbers, it's still not something I truly created.
That's true.
So after I really feel bad about it, but then after that, it's just how long can you keep copying stuff?
Exactly. Moving on, your journey of a content writer wouldn't have been one if you wouldn't have started so early, maybe, when you were in high school. So you obviously talked about, and even when we were talking, we talked about that how there was lack of information on any platform. For example, is basically a knowledge platform now. It's like people study there. Those who don't have money, those who don't feel that they want to put something more of monetary in some other institution for that matter, right? It's a bunch or full of videos, knowledge, and everything, right? So according to you, what should be the probable steps for somebody to enter into the field of ghostwriting?
If anyone wants to get into ghostwriting, I would say start with looking for internships that are related to social media marketing, because ghostwriting is a part of social media marketing. Because let's say even if it's a social media manager, you have to write captions for the Instagram, or maybe you have to write YouTube scripts. So writing is involved in every piece of content, no matter what you're creating, right? So you can start with social media marketing, get internships there on Internshala, go on internshala.com, start looking for internships related to social media, and once you can get the internships and you can get a bit of experience. And when you have a bit of writing portfolio created, that okay, I've written for Instagram, I've written for YouTube, I've written for this, I've written for that, then you can start approaching people on LinkedIn. You can also start talking about your experience on LinkedIn, and as to like, this is what I did at the internship, this is what I learned, everything that that happened throughout the 3-month internship process. After that, you can start reaching out to people on LinkedIn, like the CEOs, founders of different companies, and you can tell them that, hey, I was doing this at a company, and I like that what you are doing with the company. I would love to be a part of it. I would love to help you out with your LinkedIn branding or whatever you want to ghostwrite them for.
That's right.
Yep.
But there's a major part where we talked about portfolio that you basically share with them, so that it's either a clickbait or it's something that you want them to open. So how does that look like?
See, portfolio, do you want to know how to make one, or do you want me what is it?
All right. So, considering it has two parts, one how to send in, and another one how to make one. You could elaborate on both.
See, your portfolio is nothing but a collection of your work that you have done previously, so that people can have a look and see how credible you are,
Makes sense.
and if your words match your actions, right?
Makes sense.
So it's very easy to like, either you can go on Canva and you can like find out a really fancy template, you can edit it and you can put all of the work there and then showcase it to other people, or you can simply create a Google Doc and put and dump all of your work in that doc and you can show it to people. Because see, in the end, the fanciness and how pretty your portfolio looks, it doesn't matter, because in the person really cares about what have you done, right?
True.
So even if I talk about myself, I don't even have a portfolio anymore, because it doesn't, nobody asks for it anymore, because like it just referral from here and there, and like my LinkedIn profile serves as a portfolio. One more thing, if you are a ghostwriter, if you are like doing anything, you should start posting on LinkedIn about whatever you do, because that also serves as a part of your portfolio, right?
sense.
Because if your LinkedIn profile looks credible enough, as to you're talking about your experiences, your about section, your bio section, everything just says and is aligned as an alignment with what you are saying, what you do, that builds a lot of credibility in itself, and people might not even ask for the portfolio.
That's true.
Right.
So I think eventually that every platform out there is your portfolio. It gives answers to who you are as a person, what is your niche, and what you're working on, and eventually it leads to other things, being college invites, being any panelist discussions, or to any other mentorship programs that companies or other brands are looking to even collaborate with. So that's true. But when we talk about a portfolio, a lot of important things are that. I noticed on your profile that Mr. Randolph commented on your post,
Yeah.
and I think that is one of the things as well that you can include in your portfolio for the ones who want to make one, because this serves as a credible opinion of somebody who's actually into the field and wants to know that you're actually doing a great work. So it's a appreciation on your part as well, but to obviously your future clients as well.
Exactly.
That's right, right? Moving forward, there must be a lot of comments on your in LinkedIn posts as a ghostwriter, which eventually serves as your portfolio. So, what, according to you, are the lead generation possibilities when it comes to some founder or someone who wants to build a brand and comments on your post?
Get leads for yourself as a ghostwriter or
Yes,
for your
correct.
clients as a ghostwriter.
Correct.
See, one thing when you're posting about your journey, one thing when you're posting constantly about your work on LinkedIn, it's just out there and people are seeing it constantly, right? So that is one way. Like when you keep posting, you are getting attraction from people all around the world. That is one thing. Second is you keep adding people from your target audience. Let's just say if I want to target CEOs and founders from, let's just the food industry, so I start sending connection requests to them. I start being around them on LinkedIn, as in I'm commenting on their posts, I'm sending them DMs, I'm like sharing, I'm just
Building
trying
that
to,
network.
yeah, be in that group, right? So I start sending connection requests. That is one thing to do. Apart from this, you can also include in your content, like you can also build a content strategy for yourself where you are only like talking about, let's say that if you're the CPG industry, yeah, so if you are a founder, if you're a CPG founder, this is what you can do to get leads on your LinkedIn profile, or this is how you can build your personal brand on LinkedIn, all of these things. So whoever you want to target, you have to include that in your content. You have to make that part of it. Only then you will be able to get recognized from those people.
So that makes sense. Moving on, you're somebody who has been into this field and is obviously wanting to explore much more towards it now. The college coming to an end.
Yeah.
But moving a bit backwards, obviously you started as a writer, wherein a lot of knowledge wasn't there. YouTube was just building up. Every other platform was not that saturated, and still people were living, making up their self and building their own self, to be precise. So according to you, right now with the AI transformation, like having Bard, that is now known as Gemini, and then Chat GPT coming into the place, what do you think is the scope for ghostwriters?
See, I don't think AI is going to affect the ghostwriting part anytime soon, because ghostwriting is like, it's very much like how Rishi Sunak, or let's just say any prime minister or something who is really credible, they will not hire AI to write the scripts for them. They want a person who understands their audience, who understands the country, the general mindset. They will hire someone like that to write their scripts for them. Similarly, AI does not have that human touch. Like you can't, like, the reason you're having this conversation with me is because you think that I have had individual experiences that are of value, which ChatGPT did not have, clearly.
Correct.
Right? So I don't think ChatGPT is anyhow threatening the creation life, because as a human, because ChatGPT does not have that human connection, it does not understand values. It is very instructive, but it is not creative. Like AI does not have experience or whatsoever. You can just ask AI to, hey, like, prepare this presentation for me, or I want to know about this. Can you research this for me? It can do that, but it cannot, like, transform itself into a creative mind and give you ideas or something. So it is not certain.
That makes sense, but is it like a perspective that you have while being in the field, or is it something that you have conceived out of the what others are saying about ChatGPT or maybe AI?
See, it is what I believe personally. It is what I have seen so far, because even if you would agree that you would not let AI, if you want to post on your social media, you will not ask ChatGPT to like, hey, ChatGPT, write a post for me about this. You would do it from yourself because you want to talk about your experiences, and nobody can tell that better than you,
That makes sense.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think there was this campaign by some international brand or something that they were showing this picture that AI took my job, and did you see that?
Not really, no.
Okay, in the end, it was like they were appreciating how AI has advanced them. So it was kind of that campaign that recently happened on social media and everything. So I was following it. So I thought that that changed my perspective. That okay, AI is evolving, and maybe AI can create better jobs for people in tech. When we see engineering people and everybody, we see that they cry a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
During their BTech and everything, we hear a
And the
lot of
placements.
things. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it's better for them that even the AI is evolving, and I think a lot of creators too are building some kind of AI and stuff. So that's truly great. But in concluding it, so AI does not really help ghostwriters.
It can help you, like, you can, let's just say, if I want to write for a CEO who's from the finance category and I have to research for, let's say, tax evasion. Now, I do not have information on tax evasion, I do not have much knowledge on it, about it. So I can just ask ChatGPT to do research for me and give me a succinct and, like, precise information that can help me write the content.
Content.
Right, so it can be beneficial in that category. And until now, I do not know how advanced AI is in other categories. But when it comes to content creation, I don't think AI is advanced enough to take anybody's job. Like if it has taken yours, then you're probably doing a shitty job beforehand.
That makes
You know?
sense. Actually, this was the answer I was expecting because
Yeah.
the next question I was going to ask
They're
that
so
how
easy to replace, and like
exactly.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense because I was just going to ask that how factual and how understanding is AI when you talk about all about this. That
Yeah.
it can replace content creators. So simply
Exactly.
it cannot. Well, to our audience, this is the most fun part where you get to know what our speaker eventually wants to choose from. We'll be providing them with two options, and they'll be choosing one from that. What's your favorite color?
Red,
What's your dream car?
Porsche 911.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
I'm actually okay with any pizza. Actually, I don't really like pizza that much.
What's your favorite word?
Word,
Word. Shabd.
beautiful.
Okay.
You can
What's
you can use it anywhere.
okay, yes. True. What's your favorite thing about your job?
The freedom, owning my time. Like I can get drunk on a Tuesday night. Nobody will know.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think I know the answer to the next question. What's one bucket list item you want to fulfill this year?
I want to go to Thailand.
Yep, I know.
Yeah.
What's your favorite social media platform?
I love Instagram. Yeah, I want to go there now.
What's your favorite dessert?
Dessert. I like gajar ka halwa.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
None.
Dog or cat?
Cat.
What's your favorite TV show?
I'm watching Suits for the first time. I haven't. I just got a poster framed yesterday only. It's just so good.
Of whom?
A Far Spectrum Micros.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Donna's good too.
Donna's good, but
Yeah,
mom would have thought
yeah,
कि लड़की का poster क्यों है कमरे में?
Yeah. What's your favorite hobby? Except writing.
Yeah, right. Reading. I love
What's your favorite music genre?
pop.
Last question, morning or night?
Night.
Thank you so much for listening to us today. By the end of this episode today, you will master the art of storytelling and content creation. Thank you so much again for listening to our speaker, Mr. Sachin, and it was really great to have him, and I appreciate the time and effort he has put in for this podcast. Hopefully, we'll be meeting again with another speaker, another inspiration. Thank you so much. This is your host, Yashi Jain, signing off.